Hello everybody, this is a quick lore video about Kenshi, whether it's a moon or a planet. It's a video backed up by a thread that will be in the description that will explain in full detail how we come to the conclusion. So the short answer is Kenshi is a moon. Now, in order for us to figure out how we come to that answer is very simple. We would have to know what a Goldilocks zone is. You can do your own research. We would have to know what space-time is, and a gravity well, and gravity, the theory of gravity itself. Once we know all these things, we then have to know what is the orbit of Kenshi. Now, according to the wiki, the orbit of Kenshi is 100 days. But as a point of conjecture, right, we don't know how accurate that statement really is. So, if Kenshi is an orbit of 100 days, right, and we take that at face value, we would still have to remember that we have to be in a Goldilocks zone regardless on the fact of how many days the orbit and / year of Kenshi truly is. So we have to know the habitable zone of all the different types of stars that are habitable, right? We have to know the orbits of those habitable worlds. Now, once we thin that down, we look at Kenshi itself, we could tell by just staring at the sun, it's a G-type star, right? Now, there are many different types of stars, such as red dwarfs and K-type stars, and you could even argue that Kenshi is a G-type star or a K-type star, but even if it's a K-type star, which is smaller than a G-type star, it still has the same wide range of habitability zones as a G-type star, which is, we're gonna go with G-type, which is actually less habitable for us. And we currently live on Earth, which is in a G-type star, believe it or not. So moving forward, once we figure out what kind of star we're orbiting, we have a area that we can determine whether Kenshi is a planet or a moon. Now, the next step in determining is by looking at the sky of Kenshi. But the best way to look at the sky of Kenshi is at night. When we look at the sky of Kenshi at night, which I have the picture right here, we can clearly see there's a ginormous planet in orbit. And to the right of it, there's a moon. Now, on Earth, the closest planet to us is Mars. And the only time Mars is really visible is once every 15 years. And if you miss it, too bad, too sad. And if you look at this picture, this picture looks eerily similar to what you would see if you're hanging out on the moon and you're looking at Earth from the moon. Now, once you understand gravity wells, space-time, and gravity itself, you would understand we are definitely in the sphere of influence of that celestial body in front of us that is massive, and the moon to the side of it, because that's clearly a moon. And there's no way it would be visible unless it was close. Now, if it was really far away and it was still that giant, then it would have to be a gas giant. And that gas giant would have to be bigger than any gas giant we've ever seen, especially in our solar system. Because even the biggest gas giants in our solar system can't even be seen that visible. And we can clearly tell that in this picture that is not a gas giant. That is literally a planet with a continent and an ocean. We can clearly tell at least 1 or 2 land masses with ocean. And we can't tell much about the moon to the right of it. But more importantly, yeah, we are somewhere in a habitable zone of a G-type star, and we are a moon orbiting that planet right there. That is literally a planet. And that's it. That's the short answer. If you have anything to credit or discredit me, please leave it in the comments of the thread. And thank you for your time. This was the short answer, and this video was really in just to add it to my thread. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm sorry. This video is very cringeworthy. I made this thing on my phone. Final notes, real quick. Fast way to tell what kind of star we're orbiting. I mean, there's different websites to show you the different sunrises of all the different stars. Yada yada yada. There's even like these websites. If a planet was as close as the moon, if planets were as close as the moon, and then you could just look at like that would be what Jupiter would look like if it was that close, as close as the moon, or like what's Saturn? Saturn. That's like if we were on Kenshi staring at a nearby planet, that's what Saturn looks like. Like look, these are all different types of planets. That's Neptune. And anyway, the link for what I just showed you guys here, it's in my thread. It's in chapter 1 of the thread. And if you scroll down past chapter 1 to where it says applying scientific powers of observation, you could easily find this link. Now, you don't have to use my link. There are a million websites that do this. So do your own research. Don't take my word for it. And if you want to credit or discredit me, hey, all feedback is appreciated. So I look forward to hearing from you guys. And again, that was in chapter 1. Hope you guys have a beautiful day. Goodbye.